And well, I see where you're going with that, and it makes good sense to me. But the problem is, tying it to the specific event. Now with Aurora, Texas, we know where the thing supposedly exploded because it said it crashed on Judge Proctor's farm, and because of that, we know the location. So if we found something really extraordinary there, we might be able to tie it to the event. But we get back to some of these other cases, the area of the crash is extremely vague, so we don't know exactly where it may have hit. And so then we find something extraordinary, well, we really can't tie it to the event. So Aurora would be one of the few events, the crashes post or pre-1947, where we can tie it to a specific event. There's another one in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, in 1941. Charlotte Mann was very kind in helping me with the book. Her grandfather had been a minister and was called out to, I guess, give last rites or pray over the pilots who were killed in this crash near Cape Girardeau. The sheriff was called out. There were some military people involved. So there's some stuff there, and it's in a time frame where there's still people alive that might be able to tie the event, a specific location to the event. So that would be a pre-Roswell case, that because we would have people who were there and could point to the location would be good. But once we get back into the 19th century, we've pretty well lost our opportunity to do that.
Unless you channel it or something, talk to the dead. Okay, so we have, I'm like watching the clock here with you. We have like 4 minutes, okay, before the music comes up, so even a little less than 4 minutes. Man, I should have had you on for like 3 hours. Because I didn't even get to any of the questions I wrote down. Well, just one. But this is another one, so you got like 2 minutes. What about that alien autopsy movie, which I'm sure everyone has seen? You talk about it a lot in the book. What's your opinion? What do you think?
It's fake. It's fake. The guy who presented to the world, Ray Santilli, said the tent footage was a fake. The guys who made the footage in the hospital room said it was a fake, and here's who was in it. The guys who did the footage of the debris in the tent said it's a fake. And if you look at one of the I-beams, there's a very English word video on it, which always told me that it was a fake, but the guy who produced that footage said they were attempting to create some symbology based on the Greeks and all of this, and the word they were trying to put on there was freedom, and as they looked at it, it sort of looked like video, so they changed the symbols a little bit so it's much clearer it's video. Alien autopsy is clearly a fake. Everybody involved in it said it's a fake. I don't know why anybody still believes it. I ran a survey on my blog. It just closed about a week ago. 78 people said they thought that some of the alien autopsy or all of it are real, and I'm thinking, are you people crazy? The people who were involved said it was a fake. What will it take to convince you?
In retrospect, it made me think, and reading it, I was getting visions of like the Blair Witch Project. Where people are like, oh, this is like a real movie of real people, and they just made it into a movie, and they're, broadcasting it, across the country.
Well, if you look at it, Ray Santilli and his investors, they spent about $100,000 creating the footage, and they made at least $50 million off the various. I mean, there was a special here in the United States. I was on it. There was a special in England. There's a special in France. They sold the rights to each country individually, and once all of that was done, then they sold raw footage to anybody who wanted it, $50 a pop. So they made $50 million, $60 million on the thing for a $100,000 investment. If I could do that, I'd be really rich.
I'll be your bestest friend.
I bet you would. I'd probably have lots of them.
I'll bet. So you have a blog, which is Kevin Randle, or www.kevinrandle.blogspot.com. What all do you talk about on there, other than your book?
I don't mention my book all that often, but like I said, the first one up today is the alien autopsy. There's some information about Kingman, Arizona that I got just at the beginning of June that kind of updates that. So I look at a lot of the UFO stuff, but I've also done stuff on Anastasia, the woman who claimed to be Anastasia, was Anna Anderson. Was she really Anastasia? And the forensics say no. What's inspired that was I had seen the In Search Of program, and they said at the end of it, well, we'll never know, but they didn't know about DNA, and DNA proved it. So it looks at lots of different mysteries like that.
That's cool. And so they just go to Kevin Randle, Randle, .blogspot.com, and they can just read that online. Do they have to become a member or anything like that?
No. And it's now linked in Amazon.com. So you go to Amazon.com to buy a book. You can see the author page there, and it's supposed to link back to that. But no, it's there for anybody who wants to look at it. The other thing to do is just type a different perspective in your search engine, and you'll get there as well, because it usually comes up first under the title A Different Perspective, which is the name of the blog.
Well, cool. I don't know. The music's going to be coming up here in a second, so I'm like,
and I know it, and I don't know what to tell you. I have no short answers.
I mean, I just really enjoyed your book. One of the things that like I said earlier, I really appreciated. It just seemed real. You know, the way that you write, the way that you even come off on air, you just seem like, a regular guy telling what you know and not trying to make it be fluff. And I just really appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, Kevin, I think I'm going to have you come back on the show because, like I said, I only asked you 2 questions off this whole piece of paper.
Not a problem. It's not a problem.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Kevin, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Well, that was Kevin Randle. His book is Crash, When UFOs Fall from the Sky, and you can get that at Amazon.com or go to his blog spot, kevinrandle.blogspot.com. Next week, we're going to be talking to a good friend of the show, Michelle Levante, about astroeconomics, what the stars are saying about our money. So you definitely want to listen to that. And in the second hour, we're talking to Susan Sherlock Durana about how to listen to your body's inner wisdom. And so until next week, I'm Dr. Rita Louise. This is Just Energy. Be blessed.
Join host Dr. Rita Louise each week at this time for Just Energy Radio. Point your browser to www.justenergyradio.com for more show information and to contact Dr. Rita. Until next time, remember, it's all just energy.